Hello everyone, welcome to Codify. If you want to start your journey in web development, you are in the right place. In this series, I will teach you HTML and CSS from scratch, step by step, in the simplest way possible. HTML is used to create the structure of a website. CSS is used to design and make it beautiful. By the end of this series, you will be able to build up your own modern websites. So let's start your journey into the web development. So first of all, I will explain you what is HTML and CSS. So HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. It is the skeleton of a website. It defines heading, paragraph, images, links, etc. We will see it step by step, one by one in our tutorial. And what is CSS? CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet actually. It is the design layer. It adds color, layout, spacing, and animations. So for example, HTML is like a body and CSS is like cloth, the design overall. So we will first create our first HTML file. So let's jump into our folder. So here my so today we will talk about title, meta tag, and script. So I'm already in my folder. So let's create our index.html file. Okay, here. So here, first of all, I will create a boilerplate. I will give the I will give the exclamation mark, and this boilerplate will generate automatically. Okay. But before that, you have to make sure that live server is active in your extension. So first of all, what we'll talk about, we'll talk about the title. So what is title basically? So the title is the text that appears on the top of your browser tab. Whenever you open any website, you can see a name on the tab. That name is called the HTML title. For example, when you open Google, you see Google on the tab that is defined using the HTML tag. So let's see how it works. Before that, we will do one thing. We will have another extension which is live preview. Okay, so let's install it. So basically, it's a preview that you can see that whenever we want to execute our HTML code, it will show our output, beside our code editor. So it is very helpful for us. So let's try it out. So here you can see it is the title. So let's execute that. So here is the preview button. So here you can see that whatever in the tab we have, it is the title. Okay, so if we change it to documents, so you can see the title in the browser tab is changing. So let's give some more here. You can see it is changing according to the title. Okay, so basically we can say that the title is the text that appears on the top of the browser tab. So top of the browser we can see document. So suppose I give something like web development, web dev development. Okay, you can see that in our browser tab we have web development. So this is nothing but the title of a browser tab. So this is it for our title. Now we will jump into our next part, and it is script. Oh, before script we have to know another thing, and that is link. So link is nothing but used to connect an internal CSS file to HTML. So in simple word, HTML create the structure, and the CSS which we connect using the link tag makes it beautiful. So let's see how it works. Let's create a style file. So first of all, uh, we have to create a style file, CSS file, which is style.css. Okay, so this is a CSS file, and we we'll link it with this link tag. Okay, so we have to give style.css. There you can see that it is already suggesting the file name. Okay, so in this way we can link this HTML file with that CSS file. So let's have an example. Let's have an example how we can link CSS file with the HTML file. So suppose we give a p tag, and under this we give Brooke, someone's name, Brooke. Now we want to make the text red. So here you can see Brooke is coming, but its default color is black, so we will make it red. So how we can do that? We will go to our CSS file, we will pick that paragraph and paragraph tag, and we will give color equals to red. So here you can see that Brooke text is already red. So in this way we have already linked our HTML file with the CSS file. So in this way we can link our style file with our HTML file. Okay, so we'll jump into our next part. So what is script tag? The script tag is used to add JavaScript into our HTML page. Now you might be thinking, why do we need JavaScript? So HTML gives us the structure, CSS gives us the design as we see here, and the JavaScript adds functionality and interactivity. For example, you click a button showing alert, updating content dynamically. All of these are done using JavaScript inside the script tag. So let's see how it works. So I will give a script tag. Under this I will give src, and suppose our script tag is script.js, and we will create this file here, script.js. Okay, we have created this file. So this file represent this file script.js. As you can see here, if I give this script tag, so it is suggesting this script.js, which is a JS file. So we have successfully linked this JS file with our HTML code. Now we have to see how the script.js works. So if we give here console.log and give suppose hello world, so we can see in our browser. Okay, so let's execute that. Before that I will save this. Now let's execute into our Chrome browser. Okay, let's see what would be the output here. So here I would like to go to the inspect. Here you can see our output is Brooke. So let's go to inspect, and here in the console log you can see hello world. Okay, so let's change a bit. Let's give script.js to just capital letter. Okay, hello, then world. Now let's see what would be the output here. So let's execute that. Open with live server. Let's see the output. So here we will inspect, then we'll go to the console. Here you can see hello world. So in this way we can link our script.js file. So this is it for this tutorial, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.